How's everybody doing on this wonderful Saturday? Let's see what, we're about halfway through July already. So technically we're like halfway through the year. Better start Christmas shopping. I pretty much wait until like the beginning of December to do my Christmas shopping. I do most of it just online, or I do like kind of one-stop shopping. I get an idea of what I plan on getting for everybody, and then I kind of go either to a particular store or in a particular area where there's a couple of stores that I need to go to close together, so I can kind of knock it all out at once. So I don't have to worry about it. For those of you that don't do that, like I said, we're halfway through the year. You better get on the ball. I hope everybody's having a great day. It started out rainy this morning. Now it's actually pretty nice out right now. I don't think they're calling for any more rain, but it's Ohio. You never know. Could change in 5 minutes. Been doing a little bit of work around the house, a little bit cleaning, but I thought I'd take a quick break out, do this video real quick, because I had kind of a request for this video. Somebody had commented on the horror pack video that I did. They took notice of the stuff behind me, and they were kind of wanting to have a little bit of like a tour of the room here. So I'm going to be using the camera that I actually have hooked up, so I'm not going to be moving real close to stuff because it's plugged into the computer, obviously. But I thought if you can bear with the emotion of it, I'd actually pick it up and just scan the room here. I'll kind of go a little slow so you can take in what the room looks like. And this is the Collectibles Room. So let me get out of the way. I'm going to get around the camera here, and I'll pick it up on that side, and I'll just go from there. All right? Okay. Hope you enjoy it. I do have a little bit of a play with the cord here, so I can move a little bit closer. So just start with the door over here. We've got some Star Wars prints up there at the top. Some other prints down alongside that I've gotten in like BAM box and other mystery boxes. Artist prints, fan art prints. There up in the corner you got a few wrestling Funko Pops. I got a Princess Diana one up there that I got in a Funko box. Macho Man. Obviously Princess Diana is in wrestling, but she's a real person, kind of like the people that are the wrestlers are. So I kind of put them all in the same spot. Got some Dorbs figures up there. I'm not real big on the Dorbs figures, but I've gotten them in mystery boxes, so I went ahead and kept them. Up there you got Harry Potter ones that were Walmart exclusives. Of course, you got all the BAM fan art cards, pins. There you got the Vinyl Idol figures. We got the Soup Nazi from Seinfeld. We got Batman. We've got Clark Griswold from Christmas Vacation. Of course, I can't think of the character's name. Drawing a blank on it, but from Walking Dead. And then Stan Lee, of course. Got a Crocodile Dundee Funko, or not Crocodile Dundee, Crocodile Hunter, Steve Irwin. I just saw a thing for Crocodile Dundee on the TV a little bit ago. It took it on a brain. But it was the box was really messed up on it, so I decided to just take it out of the box and put it up there like that. There's a lot of Batman DC figures. There is the dresser that I had since I was little. So I used to keep all my clothes in growing up. And it was a brown dresser, but when I decided to do this room, I took it and painted it. And it's actually built in. I mean, this whole thing on this side of the room is all built in. It's connected to the floor. It's connected to the studs in the wall. You could practically climb on it if you wanted to. And I got all my comic books. Well, not all of them, but like the Marvel, DC, the bigger ones in those drawers. We got a lot of Star Wars pops. Marvel down below that. I don't mind the boxes and stuff. Those are the bin that had some of the vinyl records that I went through. I haven't gotten around to very time consuming to like listen to them, make sure they play all right and everything, and then list them and everything. So that's a box of apparel, new apparel that I've gotten from bulk.com that I actually did a video for, but I haven't gotten around to listing it yet. Alright, so then over here, let me kind of, actually let's go this way, that way I can, easier for me to turn around this way and not be too close to the wall. There's some old Power of the Force Star Wars figures. There's Star Trek. That Lieutenant Worf I actually got in a mystery box from, well, it was called the Wondrous Box of Splendor or something like that is what they used to call it. I don't think they actually do it, but it was a Toynik, Toynk Toys. I mean, they're still around as far as I know, but I think they did away with that particular mystery box. Of course, X-Files, Sculler, Moldy, and then Fluke Man. That's easily my favorite sci-fi series is the X-Files. Dogs downstairs going nuts about something. The John Wick figure. More prints. Back here in the back, you've got some of the original Spawn action figures. You got Legends of Batman down below. There's the Horizon figure that's from the Collectors Club. It's actually signed by Todd McFarlane. Got a lot of other of the collectors figures you can only get through the Collectors Club over there. Of course, some of my metal action figures. You got King Diamond, Slayer, Misfits, Motorhead, some other Star Wars figures. Those Star Wars figures right down or right above the Misfits, I actually bought those at the Dollar Tree. Kind of surprised by that. Up there in the very corner up there, you can't really see it because it's dark, but I got I think it's a 14-inch or 15-inch Spawn figure. There's another Collectors Club exclusive, the Spawn and Miracle Man. Of course, there's the original X-Men. I mean, they're the original X-Men, and it's, a figure they did of the original X-Men. Here we have a Popeye Print, one of the old comic strips. More Bambox prints along the side down over there. Some Funko Sodas. Got some action figures from Skybound Entertainment. I'm kind of waiting to see if they'll be doing their mystery boxes again. I got 2 of them last time, and they were pretty good. Back there in the corner, you can see a whole ton of comics. Some of those, like the boxes, like down below, there's a really big box down at the bottom. I actually haven't even gone through yet. You might have seen in some of my videos that I talked about eventually going to do like videos where I actually go through those boxes and see what comics are in there. Yeah, eventually I'll get around to that. Those I actually bought. There's a company called Cards One that deals in a lot of trading cards and supplies and comic books and stuff like that. They used to have a big, like extravaganza type, like mystery box thing you could buy that had like 10 different lots, and it had one lot that was like 25 graphic novels. Another one was like so many horror comic books. Another one was like 100 unopened trading card packs, and another one was like 5 science fiction themed items. And they had like these 10 different lots that you could all buy together. It was for like $100 or $120 or something like that. And that's what that big box is a lot of the comics. I got in one of those. I just haven't gotten around to going through it. And then down here, of course, is all the music. Pop's got the Iron Maiden ones there. Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., Prince, Elvis, James Brown, Rick James, Jerry Garcia, Alice Cooper, Weird Al, Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain. Got a couple Guns N' Roses. There's Joey Ramone, Lady Justice from Metallica. So pretty good. A couple other things there. There's an Eddie figure, the Trooper, Supernatural car. Over there we have basically movie pops. The more horror-oriented ones on the top. Science fiction. Those are all from movies. There's Birds of Prey ones up on the top. Of course, some of those on the top, very top, aren't. Kind of ran out of room, so I had to kind of mix and match them up a little bit. We got the 8-bit Mega Man one up there, and one from Resident Evil. Got some Mandalorian pops up there. Well, not from the Mandalorian, but I mean, well, technically they are. I mean, they're not labeled as the Mandalorian, but you know, there's the Mithril and Cara Dune and Gar Saxon, Wrecker. You know, those are from what is it, the Clone Wars or? And then of course there's Bo-Katan. I'd eventually like to one of these times when what the hell's her name? I can't think of her name. Any other time I can think of it, but yeah, the one that played Bo-Katan in the Mandalorian, Katie Sackhoff. There, I knew I'd think of it eventually. I would love to actually maybe take that and get her to sign it sometime. Meet her in person. I was always a fan of hers. Yeah. Of course, there's the Chase from Audrey 2 from the Little Shop of Horrors. Some Minion figures. Some odds and ends down here. Those Minion figures that are on the shelf, the boxes were all damaged on those, so I just took them out. More Marvel ones down there, some video game ones. Got some Mortal Kombat, and then those are all marbled down below. And then over here we have the TV ones. Up at the top, you've got the Big Bang Theory, the Justice League figures, where they're all dressed up as members of the Justice League. Stranger Things, Umbrella Academy, Preacher, iZombie, Firefly. I got my Captain Malcolm Reynolds figure. It's actually got some decent value to it now. That's another one of my. That's probably my second. Behind the X-Files, Firefly was one of my favorite science fiction series. Actually, a friend of mine, Jennifer, well, her last name is Trappy now. I forget what her last name is. She's been married for a number of years now, but she's the one that kind of got me into watching the Firefly when it first started showing on TV, and I got hooked. Dog's going nuts again, probably because people are outside and he thinks he owns the street. There we got some Mr. Bean in there. I love Mr. Bean. Anybody that doesn't like British comedy, or you haven't watched too many British comedies, do yourself a favor and either watch Mr. Bean, and not necessarily the movies, but the actual the TV show on BBC, or like the Thin Blue Line. That's another good one with Rowan Atkinson in it. Blackadder also has Rowan Atkinson in it. They're all great. Other ones are like Are You Being Served, and Chef is a really good British comedy. Fawlty Towers is excellent with John Cleese. I've got all those on DVD. They're just British comedy is just a unique type of comedy. They're very cheeky, and I mean the slapstick in it is just hilarious. So do yourself a favor, check out some British comedy. Here we got a big pile of prints there that I'm eventually going to have to just put on the ceiling. You'll see why here in a second as I pan to this side. There we got some more pops. Those are kind of like animated ones. Some Metal Gear figures up there. Witchblade, Onslaught. These two shelves here, like the top two shelves are kind of like, well, I mean, I've had to mix them up a little bit because I ran out of room, but mostly Marvel, and then the bottom two shelves there are all DC stuff. Right here we got a bunch of signed pops. Some old Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars there. And then over here is a lot of my horror action figures. Some Puppet Master. Big Leatherface figure there. horror pins. See, you know, I don't know what you can see there on the bottom. Yeah, so that's all the horror stuff. Actually, in this drawer right here, I've got an old Atari 2600 games. As far as I know, it still works. Of course, I don't have any way to hook it up. All right, now here's the reason why I'm going to have to find some other place to put those prints. Probably on the ceiling, just because I have all these art prints that I've gotten in Bambox. Most of them are from Bambox. Some of them are from like Zobi boxes and stuff. And then, of course, you got the Cobra Kai flag there, Supergirl pennant. You got the dude art print back there in the corner. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the collectibles room. You got some more pops back there in the very corner. Yeah, so let me put the camera back, and I'll actually get back in front of the camera. All right, so let me fix it here. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, a little crooked, but that's all right. I'll fix it more later. Well, that was it. So I can't remember right offhand without looking at it who it was that asked about whether they could get a tour of the collectibles room, so they could get a little more look at. I'm sorry I couldn't actually get the camera closer, but the cord's only so long on it. And I haven't quite gotten around to figuring out the intricacies of using my GoPro and being able to do videos with that and get it on the computer and stuff. I had some issues a few times I've tried to do it, so I think I'm maybe need to update some software or something. I'm not real sure yet. But that was it. So yeah, as you can see, I'm a big geek when it comes to pop culture and horror and sci-fi and stuff. I'm not ashamed to admit that. You know, we're kind of obligated as we grow up and get older to grow up, you know, as far as responsibilities and physically and you know, hopefully like emotionally and mentally, you know, in all those ways we're obligated to. But it doesn't mean we have to throw away everything we enjoyed when we were kids. So, you know, this is what adult collectors, you know, that still want to live vicariously through their childhood in some way, you know, luckily Funko has given us that opportunity to, you know, collect these figures and remember and enjoy the things from when we're growing up and pop culture in general. So that's all I got. Everybody, you know, have a great weekend. Stay safe and healthy, of course. Maybe get out and do something. You know, like I said, here in Ohio, the weather's looking like it's pretty nice today. I'm going to actually do a little bit more work around the house, and then I got the one spot on my soffit out by the back door that came loose. I'm going to try to at least get some preliminary work done on it, so here soon I can get it completely fixed and not have to deal with that problem anymore, hopefully. And then we'll relax for the rest of the evening. I got to go in and work for a little bit tomorrow. Not a whole lot. I think they got me scheduled to go in at 9, and I'll be off at 2. If they're slow, maybe I'll get out of there before then. But Sundays are, you know, Saturdays and Sundays are normally my days off, and the reason for that, and I don't mind saying this, is because I've been with the company for so long, and because of the type of worker I am, you know, if I put in 65 hours Monday through Friday, you know, I don't think it's too much to ask, you know, for me to have weekends off. You know, when somebody else has been in position and worked the way I do and are, you know, put in the time that I have, then I'll be happy to agree with them that they should be able to, you know, have weekends off too. But that's just my personal thing. I think if you put in the time, you know, at a job, there should be some perks that come from your hard work. So that's why I get weekends off. course, right now, like everybody else, we're struggling to get people hired in, and hopefully that'll be changing with the unemployment. To those that are on unemployment, legitimately, where you physically can't work or something like that. I feel for you. I'm not at all talking about you, but I'm talking about all the people that during the the last year during the pandemic that either lost their jobs or didn't feel comfortable going into work or whatever, so they quit their job, whatever it is. Because over the past year they haven't had the same strict guidelines on people getting unemployment as what they normally do. But that's changing now. And for those people, the ones that physically could go in and work, that have just they've just enjoyed getting unemployment instead. Hopefully some of them will decide that okay, it's time to go back to work, and we can actually start getting some more people hired in. But in the meantime, hey, until then, I'll keep busting my ass like I always do. That's what you gotta do, right? That's how you get ahead in a job. You can get anywhere in any job if you're willing to put in work. That's it. Look, I mean, this is just one room. I have 14 rooms in my house altogether. And outside of gifts here and there, Christmas, so forth and so on. What I got, I've worked for, I've earned, and I did it, believe it or not, through fast food. That's my job. That's what I do. I work in a fast food. I work for a fast food franchise. We have a total of 10 restaurants right now. We actually had one that it just wasn't profitable enough. I think partly because of where it was located. Actually, that's probably the main thing, because of where it was located. But yeah, it wasn't profitable enough, so they, once the contract was up, they were able to, close it down, and they still have 10 restaurants. And, I started out working as crew, worked my way up through management, and then went into maintenance. And now I split my time between working inside in the kitchen, mornings, Monday through Friday, and then doing my maintenance work. It's not the most glamorous job. If I had the choice to be doing something different, I would, which is why I started my own business. And maybe somewhere down the road, a few years or something, I might be in a position to where I can just concentrate on my business. Time will tell. But the fact is, I got everything I got by putting in the effort, doing the work. And people that complain about making minimum wage, well, there's two options with that. Either find a different job that starts you out at more than that, or suck it up a little bit and bust your ass, and I guarantee you won't be making minimum wage. I made minimum wage for probably the first 6 months I was working, 32 years ago. Going on 32 years ago. I was only making minimum wage probably the first 6 months, and then I earned my first raise. And ever since then, I've always been making more minimum wage because I put in the work and they recognize it. So, don't mean to get on a step stool or anything, or whatever the saying is for that. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be derogatory towards anyone or start any crap with anybody or anything like that. Just my way of saying that, one, any industry, no matter how you look at it, you can actually get somewhere in it if you're willing to put in the work. That's all I'm saying, and I'm proof of that. I'm glad that, I actually just noticed the other day when I was making my house payment, I was thinking I still had like 8.5 years, or eight and a half years to pay on my house, and actually it looks like it's more like 6.5. So paying that little extra every now and then obviously makes a difference. So that's there's a little word of advice for anybody out there, whether it's a car payment, credit card payments, whatever, any type of payment you got. If there's no penalty for you paying early or paying more than your allotted payment, even if it's just a couple bucks, it'll add up. Over the course of time you're paying it, it'll add up, because not only will it take away from the actual principal you owe, but ultimately it'll cut down on the amount of interest you have to pay on it, because the interest is figured up on the principal. So if you pay more, any extra you pay goes right to the principal, and hence it saves you twofold. So that's just my little word of advice. Take it or leave it. I'm going to stop rambling. Again, stay safe, stay healthy, look out for yourself and those around you. Everybody get out, do something, enjoy the day. Have a great weekend. Just your average schmo. See ya.